8. 8 is the total amount of pinfalls that Adam Copeland has taken across both promotions since he's made his return to professional wrestling in 2020, which has led many people to speculate and ask the question, did he not want to take the pinfall at AEW Revolution? Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Kevin Zwicker from Fast Count coming at you. Before I get into this video, please remember to hit the like button and subscribe. Hit the like button and subscribe. Hit the like button and subscribe. So we are coming out of a much talked about AEW Revolution pay-per-view where many people are discussing what took place in the main event between Cope and Jon Moxley for the AEW World title. To be completely honest with you guys, I think that match has easily placed itself in the conversation of worst AEW pay-per-view main event in its company's history so far. I want to cut them some slack and say they're put in a lose-lose situation. The fact that they had to follow Toni Storm versus Mariah May, Kenny Omega versus Takeshita, and a steel cage match between Will Ospreay and Kyle Fletcher, there was no way that they were going to be able to overcome that. And the fact that the crowd was just burnt out after those 3 matches, it was tough for them to be able to follow up all of that, right? But to give you guys a recap of what took place, Christian Cage cashed in his contract, Money in the Bank style. It made the match a triple threat. He was placed in a submission hold by Jon Moxley. He passed out, and Mox retained the AEW World title. Now, before I get into the Cope angle of this, I want to discuss the reports that are coming out today. It has come out, and take it for what you will, these are the dirt sheets, that AEW just wanted to figure out a way to get rid of that contract. They viewed it as a burden. And if that is true, shame on them for not having the foresight to know what they were going to do with that contract. If you have a match where you have somebody win an opportunity to have a future AEW World title shot and for them to be able to cash it in Money in the Bank style, you should have a long-term plan of where you want that to take place and how you want to execute it. So that's just poor long-term planning, in my opinion. But like I said, Cope has only taken 8 pinfalls since he's returned in 2020. And I think a lot of times, especially now, with the fact that us as fans, we're really, deep behind the curtains when it comes to what goes down on the show. I think we're quick to throw terms like politicking and not wanting to do the job. And we always want to bring up, the Hulk Hogan, that doesn't work for me, brother, or doing the TNA meme, where he's doing this. And we're quick to throw that out when we see something that, is kind of eyebrow raising. But to me, when you have guys, and we've seen in AEW multiple examples of this, where you have older guys, I don't think that you want to have them taking pins very often or do jobs, on a consistent basis, because for you to have these legends, it should be a big deal for you to pin them. Just my thought process. I know a lot of people complain about Jericho winning too much. When Sting had his run at AEW, he didn't take a single pinfall. And I think people are now getting to that point with Cope. I don't think that the solution is for them to lose constantly. Now, for Christian to be put in that situation and not have Cope take the pin, I think it was kind of strange. I think that you could have easily figured out a way for Cope to lose, take a pin, and it'd be one of those things where you got like mad interference. I completely thought that Jay White was going to turn on Cope, and that was going to be the way that Cope was going to lose. Didn't happen. Jay White is still a babyface. I think, it really kind of puts Christian in a position where it's like, damn, dude, you kind of look like a scrub for cashing in that contract, and you were choked out when you were the fresh man after these 2 guys beat the hell out of each other. I think it did Christian no favors, and it's kind of funny. Christian and Cope are synonymous together, right? With all that time that they spent in WWE together, they're very synonymous, and many people have always made the comments that Cope is the bigger star between the two, and for Christian to be the guy to be choked out and make Cope avoid taking the pin is just funny, right? It's kind of ironic, the fact that it's like, damn, another time Christian has to take the L for Cope, right? And it just sucks. But I think maybe we're overreacting, and maybe this is just me being naive. I don't think there was politics on Cope's part where he stated that he didn't want to take the pin. I think it was more so Tony wanting to protect Cope because I think he views him as an asset, with the fact that he is such a legendary performer. I think it was a Tony call. I don't think it was edge politicking. I don't think we are doing a Cope Hogan deal. That's just me. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Did you think that Cope didn't want to do the job? Do you think that Christian is buried? That's another term that we like to use online. Do you think Cope is buried, or do you think he'll be all right? What do you think? What did you think of that main event that took place at Revolution? Let me know in the comment section. And like I said earlier, guys, remember to like the video and subscribe. Like the video and subscribe. Like the video and subscribe. I am Kevin Zwicker. I'm out.